The story of human civilization is long and complex, filled with countless twists and turns. It stretches back thousands of years, through the rise and fall of empires, the birth of religions, and the dawn of technological advancements. But where did it all begin? What were the first cities? Who were the people that built them? These questions have fascinated historians and archaeologists for centuries. The answers lie buried in the sands of time, in a region known as Mesopotamia, the land between the rivers. This fertile crescent, cradled by the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, is often referred to as the cradle of civilization. Here, nestled between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, arose the Sumerian civilization, one of the oldest and most influential cultures in human history. The Sumerians were pioneers in many fields. They were the first to develop writing known as cuneiform, which allowed them to record their history, laws, and transactions. They built some of the world's first cities, complete with ziggurats, temples, and complex irrigation systems. Their innovations and ideas would lay the foundation for the civilizations that followed. They introduced concepts such as the wheel, the plough, and even early forms of mathematics and astronomy. To understand the Sumerians is to understand the very roots of our own civilization. Their legacy is a testament to human ingenuity and the enduring quest for knowledge and progress. The echoes of their achievements can still be felt in our modern world, reminding us of where it all began. Imagine a land where two great rivers flow, carving their way through the arid landscape. The Tigris and Euphrates rivers provided lifeblood to Mesopotamia, a region that would become the cradle of civilization. This region, often called the Fertile Crescent, was indeed fertile land, a lush oasis in an otherwise harsh environment. The rivers deposited rich silt during annual floods, creating fertile soil that was perfect for agriculture. This silt, a gift from the rivers, transformed the land into a productive agricultural hub. Around 5000 BCE, people began to settle in southern Mesopotamia, drawn by the promise of fertile land and abundant resources. These early settlers were the Sumerians, a people who would lay the foundations for one of the world's first great civilizations. They learned to control the river's floods, built irrigation canals, and this allowed them to grow crops in abundance. Their ingenuity in managing water resources was key to their success. With a surplus of food, they could settle in one place, leading to the development of stable communities. Villages grew into towns, and towns into cities. These burgeoning urban centers became hubs of culture, trade, and innovation. The Sumerian civilization was born, marking the dawn of a new era in human history. Their achievements in writing, law, and architecture would influence countless generations to come. Sumerian cities were not unified under one ruler. Instead, they developed as independent city-states. Each city-state had its own government, laws, and patron god. Some of the most prominent city-states included Ur, Uruk, Lagash, and Kish. Life in Sumerian city-states was vibrant and complex. People were specialized in their work. There were farmers, merchants, artisans, priests, and scribes. They developed sophisticated systems of governance and trade. Competition and conflict between city-states were common, often over resources and land. The Sumerians were incredibly innovative people. They faced challenges in their environment and found creative solutions. They lacked stone and timber, so they used mud bricks to construct their cities, temples, and homes. They were skilled boat builders, navigating the rivers and canals for trade and transportation. They invented the wheel, revolutionizing transportation and agriculture. The Sumerians were also among the first to use bronze, an alloy of copper and tin, which ushered in a new era of metalworking and warfare. Perhaps the most significant Sumerian invention was writing. This groundbreaking development laid the foundation for recorded history and communication as we know it today. Around 3200 BCE, they developed a system of writing called cuneiform. This system was revolutionary, allowing for the documentation of complex ideas and transactions. Cuneiform used wedge-shaped marks impressed on wet clay tablets. These marks were made using a stylus, typically crafted from reed, which was pressed into the soft clay. These tablets were then dried in the sun or baked in kilns, creating durable records. This process ensured that the information inscribed on them could be preserved for future generations. With cuneiform, the Sumerians recorded their history, laws, myths, and even personal letters. This allowed them to maintain detailed records of their civilization's achievements and daily life. They established schools for scribes, who were highly respected members of society. These scribes were trained in the art of writing and played a crucial role in the administration and culture of Sumer. The development of writing marked a turning point in human history, enabling the transmission of knowledge and ideas across time and space. It allowed for the accumulation and dissemination of information, fostering advancements in various fields such as science, literature, and governance. The legacy of Sumerian writing continues to influence modern society, highlighting the enduring power of the written word. Religion played a central role in Sumerian life. They were polytheistic, believing in many gods and goddesses who controlled various aspects of nature and human affairs. Each city-state had its own patron deity, and temples dedicated to these gods were central to religious and civic life. The most impressive religious structures were the ziggurats. These massive stepped pyramids served as temples and centers of worship. Priests held significant power in Sumerian society, overseeing religious rituals, managing temple estates, and advising rulers. The Sumerians expressed their beliefs and values through rich mythology and literature. One of the most famous works of Sumerian literature is the Epic of Gilgamesh, a tale of a legendary king's quest for immortality. The epic explores themes of friendship, loss, and the human desire for eternal life. Through their myths, the Sumerians grappled with fundamental questions about life, death, and the nature of the universe. These stories provided moral guidance and helped them make sense of the world around them. The Sumerian civilization flourished for over 2,000 years, leaving an indelible mark on history. Their innovations in writing, law, mathematics, astronomy, and agriculture laid the groundwork for later Mesopotamian cultures, including the Akkadians, Babylonians, and Assyrians. Many Sumerian inventions and ideas were adopted and adapted by these later civilizations, spreading throughout the ancient Near East and influencing the development of Western civilization. The echoes of Sumer can be seen in our own alphabet, our systems of law and governance, and even in the stories we tell today. For centuries, the Sumerian civilization was lost to history, buried beneath the sands of time. It wasn't until the 19th century that archaeologists began to unearth the remains of Sumerian cities and uncover their remarkable story. Through meticulous excavation and the decipherment of cuneiform, scholars have pieced together the fascinating history of this ancient culture. Today, the legacy of the Sumerians continues to captivate and inspire us, reminding us of the ingenuity, resilience, and enduring impact of one of humanity's earliest civilizations.